Good evening, everybody. How is everybody? Welcome to my Thursday night Facebook Live. How is everyone? I'm sorry I've been a little sporadic this lately and kind of crazy, but you know, life gets in the way. So I have a little boo-boo on my hand. Don't get nervous. It looks a lot worse than it is. But yes, I was gardening this week. We have had some crazy temperatures here. We have gone from 60 degrees down to 30 degrees. It's all over the place. But on those 60-degree days, I was out in the garden and I got myself my very first blister. So like I said, it looks a lot worse than it feels, but I'm trying to let some air get to it because I have to wear a bandage on it at work and rubber gloves and all that fun stuff. So I'm trying to let air get to it. So I decided to take my bandage and stuff off. So tonight I'm going to work on hi, Miss Sandy Kelso, how are you? Tonight I'm going to work on what I have seen it called as the fault line technique. I just think it looks really cool, and it's another technique that I think that accentuates the DSP in different suites. And you guys know me. I buy the whole suite when I buy the suite. So we're going to use this one first. I can't remember the name of what this suite is, but hang on. I had it here somewhere. Oh, let's see. The paper is called Lovely Blossoms. And I don't know what I did with the stamp set and stuff. Here it is. Lovely. Let's see. And last I knew it was unavailable because the embellishments were out. But I've showed you guys before how you can click on that. It'll send you a little email thanking you for clicking on it and telling you that it will notify you when something comes in. And then you get an email when things are back in stock. So if it's something that you like and you think you're going to purchase it and you want to know when it's going to come back in stock, then you're going to want to know, then you're going to want to click on that. So this is the stamp set and the dies. I've been using this stamp set and die set a lot, so I had some extra pieces cut out here, and I just put them in a little thing to put them in there with the stamp set. So what you're going to need, let's see, I had the measurements written down here so that I would remember. So I'm going to put these right up here. So what you're going to need is you're going to need a card base. I'm using Pretty in Pink card base. You're going to need a piece of 3 7/8 by 3 7/8 DSP. You're going to need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 cardstock. This is a little strip I'm going to put on the inside. This is one of my little embellishments. I'm just going to set those over there. And then you're going to need 2 pieces. And again, this can be DSP or you can use cardstock. You're going to need 2 pieces that measure 3 7/8 by 2 3/4. Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to mount this piece of DSP to our 4 by 5 1/4 piece of cardstock. And let's see here. So we're going to mount that right here. Now we want that 1/16 or 1/8 of an inch. It's actually 1/16 of an inch on that side to show. And we want the 1/16 of an inch to show on both sides, okay? And then you're going to have a little bit more that's going to show on the top and the bottom. But you really want to pay close attention to this little side here and this little side there, okay? Now we're going to just set that over here out of the way. Now you're going to take these 2 pieces of paper, whether you're using DSP or cardstock, okay? You're going to put the 2 together. And I'm using the same one, I'm just using the back and the front. Okay, and you're going to want to put those together, and then you're going to want to tear across. And you can tear up here, you can tear wherever you want. You can tear at a diagonal. I'm just going to kind of tear this one right across the middle. Now, when you're tearing, you want to pull towards you. You want to hold the paper with if you're left-handed, then you're going to want to hold that with your left hand. If you're right-handed, and tear with your right hand. If you're right-handed or left-handed, you're going to want to hold with your right hand and tear with your left. I am right-handed, so I'm holding with my left, and I'm going to tear with my right. Okay, now you're going to I'm going to set this piece over here. You're going to take this piece. We're going to put some adhesive on the back here. And we're going to layer these two together so that that one underneath shows. Just like that, okay? Now we're just going to put some more adhesive on the back of that. And we ran it off, so let's fold it over. Now you're going to bring this over here. And again, you're going to want to pay attention to that 1/16 of an inch over there. You're going to want to start, and then you're going to also want to leave a little 1/16 of an inch down here at the bottom, so that you're going to have that, this is secret C, you're going to have that secret C have a layer all the way around, okay? And I'm just going to layer it like that. And you could just get away with that, and that's pretty in itself, but we're going to do the same thing at the top. And this is where that fault line comes in. I thought this was appropriate since all the Stampin' Up! Ladies are in California celebrating at Center Stage. I did not go this year because A, it was in California, and B, I have a daughter getting married this year. So financially, I am working on that. So there's our other piece. Now this one, what I did was I flipped this over because I want to concentrate on that 1/8 of an inch, or 1/16 of an inch rather, that's going to come down and across. So I want to line this up and line it up just like that. Okay? And there you have it. Isn't that kind of pretty? I just think it's really neat. I'd seen this technique done a real lot, and I kind of played around with it, and it's one that I have wanted to play around with for quite some time, and now finally got the opportunity to do that. Now, we're going to take, we folded our card base in half. Now we're going to take and layer this right onto the front of our card. So we're going to put this right on there. And so see my layer of the secret C all the way around. I'll hold that up a little bit closer so you can see. So see, I ended up with that nice layer of the secret C all the way around. So, Sandy Kelso, hello, hello. I'm here with you. Deb, hi, Deb. Isn't it cool? I think it's cool, Sandy. I like it. Okay. Now, I decided to switch things up a little bit, and instead of doing my little strip across the bottom here, I decided that I'm going to do a little strip on the inside, and I'm going to go down along the side here. And I've used this, I have lots of different size pieces in this paper because I have used this paper a lot. I have actually used this whole stamp set, this whole suite. I have used it a lot. All right, so now we're going to just decorate. So I went ahead and I cut out the leaves in the secret C because it kind of matches the paper. And I'm going to grab the thank you that goes with this. And where's my little, here's my little extra packet of cutout things. Now, I did a class here a few weeks ago, and I had cut all these pieces out for the card that they made there. So I have some extras. So this is one of the upsides of using photopolymer sets, is that you can cut the piece out and then stamp on top. So that's what I did for the ladies that day, because we do 5 cards and we have 2 hours, and I try to make it as quickly as possible. And if you are local to me, I have another class coming up at the end of this month, and it's held at a place called Andy's Attic. And Andy's Attic is this phenomenal little store that has all kinds of fun things in it. Everything from antiques to handmade crafts to all kinds of stuff. And she has a cute little place, little maker's room. And that's where I hold my classes. So I was very excited. Last time I had 7 people. So it's building momentum. So I'm pretty excited about that. So this coming time, we're going to be doing thank you cards. So you make 5 cards and envelopes, and you know me, I like to decorate the envelopes and the cards. So it's a little bit of everything. Okay, so I'm gonna grab that secret C back again, and I have the flower that I've already gone ahead and cut out the solid part. And like I said, what's really fun about this is that you can go ahead and you can line up and really hit it pretty darn close. And there you have it. So that's what I did, because like I said, I try to make the class go as smoothly as possible, so we don't always cut everything out, which is just makes things go a little bit smoother and faster. So all right, then I'm going to grab a sponge dauber, and I decided to give this guy a little bit of petal pink in the center of him. So we're just going to take our little sponge dauber and just do a little like that. And then I decided to just go ahead and sponge daub right around the edges. The girls were laughing at the last class with the sponge daubers, because they're like, and one of the girls said, can we use anything like a kitchen sponge? You can use whatever you want, but our nice little sponge daubers have the cute little thing that you put on your finger, and it really helps with the control. All right, so we're going to take our thank you and our flower now. We're going to grab some dimensionals. We're going to put some dimensionals across the thank you. And we are going to put that down here across the bottom. We're going to take my little liquid glue. So Sandy and Deb, have you guys been looking at all the fun things they've been doing out in California? I saw Patty Bennett. I saw a bunch of people today actually post a bunch of stuff. I saw the prize patrol, one of the prize patrols today. I saw somebody post that. It was a word stamp set, which looked really cool. So for those of you guys who haven't, you know, if you haven't already heard, we're going to go to 3 catalogs. We're not going to have like a mini catalog and an annual catalog. We are simply just going to have 3 catalogs a year. I am very excited about that. One of the things I'm not very excited about, though, is the price increase of everything. But you know what, folks? Everything across the board is going to increase in price, not just craft supplies. But I was talking to somebody the other day, and I just said how sad it is that crafts are so important to so many people's lives that everything's going to be so expensive and so crazy. So there you have, there's my card. Here's the sample that I was following. Now, I did grab these lovely Moody palette dots, and I am going to grab the Secret C, and I'm going to do them the same way I did on that one. So we did a big one up here, and then 2 little ones down here. So we did like one in here, and one over in here. I love it. All right, now I'm going to grab a couple envelopes, and while I have my stamp pads out here, I'm going to stamp a couple flowers onto my envelopes. All right. And everything is ready to go. So if you need some thank you cards and you live local to me, please go to Andy's Attic website and you can sign up for my card class. It's on March 28th. So, all right, we're going to set that one over there, and we're going to move right on to the next one. I have 3 different samples for you guys here tonight. So, and you're going to want to stick around for the last sample because it's using a new suite that I haven't used before. All right, so this is the, let's see, we're using the one that does the little jam jar filled with sweetness. We're using the stamp set from that. I don't think I used the dies from that, but I did buy these dies. These are made with sweetness stamp set and another die set. And this does like what looks like recipe cards. And look at all the fruit that you can make. It is so cute. And then it's we have some really cute. I love the little ladybug, and he matches the embossing folder. The little bee is very stinking cute. And then we have some little berries in here. It's really, really, I thought, very summery and stuff. So, my card base for this one is going to be Crushed Curry. Misty Moonlight is my 4 by 5 1/4 piece. I'm using the Jam Jars, is going to be my 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then this time I did, for my 3 7/8 and 2 3/4, I did a piece of Granny Apple Green cardstock, and we're going to use the DSP over top of it. See, there's the cute little ladybugs. Aren't they cute? All right, and then I have a bunch of embellishments that we're going to use afterwards. So let's do the main part of the card first. So I like to mount my piece of cardstock, or my DSP, to my cardstock, and I'm sitting here looking around at, like, where did I put my stamp and seal? So we have, for those of you guys who I haven't really talked too much about it, but my daughter's getting married. Her and her fiance are eloping in June. However, we are throwing them a party / reception in September. So we have a lot going on here. So, all right. So remember, you want to keep that 1/16 of an inch on both sides, because you want that to show when we're all done. All right. Now we're going to take these two pieces. And this time I decided to do more of an angle. So like I said, if you're right-handed like me, you want to hold the cardstock with your left hand and tear. And it's kind of important that you hold them together pretty good, because, you know. All right, now we're going to put a little glue on this guy. And we're going to go over top of this, and we're just going to layer that so that some of the green is hanging out. Now we're going to go ahead and put some adhesive on this. And then we want to line this up. Again, keep that 1/16 of an inch in mind when you're putting this down, just like that. Now we're going to do the same thing with this piece. So we have a dress for her to get married in June, and it's just been kind of crazy. Lots of preparation. I'm excited, though. I'm excited for her. He's a super nice guy. They've been together for 10 years. So we're growing lots of flowers as well for the reception in September. So I have lots of baby plants going. So there's my fault line. So now I'm going to bring my card base in. I'm going to lay that right on there. So I know Candy is in California, but do we know anybody else that went from any of our teams? I know Candy's there. We're excited for her. I didn't look at her page today to see if she posted anything. All right, so now I have all my embellishments. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put this guy on the inside. So we're switching it up a little bit, a little something different, just like that. Now we're going to build some fruit that we did with this set. Look at this, oranges. I saw somebody do peaches. It's just cherries, blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, all kinds of fruit. So we're going to grab this first. here's my nice big strawberry. So I did early espresso as the solid piece because I wanted the little seeds to show through. And then we're going to do the bigger cap is the strawberry cap. It's this one. And then we're going to put a couple dimensionals on the back of him. And he is going to go down here in this corner. And then let's stamp our Homemade for You in our cute little label that comes, oh, I did use the die. This is from the Jam Jar dies. We're going to put that on with a dimensional as well. Oh, some dimensionals as well. Whoops. Whoops. Dimensional sticking to my finger, but not to the card. Let's put that across. So the next thing I'm going to show you, the next suite actually has one of the new in colors in it. And I think it's called Hydrangea Hue. All right, so we're going to put this kind of right about there. All right, now let's build our raspberry here. Whoops, there we go. And then we want to put the little husk on this guy. Put that right up there. And then let's go ahead, whoops, let's go ahead and put a little, hold it there for long enough. There we go. Let's put a dimensional or two on the back of him. And again, I didn't look to see if, I know some of the suites are back ordered and whatever. I didn't look. Oh, this has got to come down a little bit. Let's see if I can make that come down a little bit. There we go. It popped right off nicely for me. All right, we're going to put the raspberry up there. Isn't that cute? And then, let me see if I can find the dimensionals that go with this guy. Or the, here they are. Aren't these cute, the little strawberries? So I put a little strawberry right here. Oops. And then I took the strawberry slush ones and I did one up here, a little one next to the raspberry, and another big one down here next to the strawberry. So I broke my 3 rule. I did 4. But technically it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 elements on the front. So it's a little bit different when you do the, when you kind of break. I didn't really break my. Emma lives in California. Oh, do you think maybe she went too, Sandy? Hi, Lorraine. All right, so there's card number 2. And again, I don't know what I would put on the envelope for that one, but I will decorate the envelope for that one. But now I want to show you this other, and I know this suite I think is unavailable, which I was a little bummed. But like I said, you guys know how to click on there. And I am still fighting the froggy throat. Can you believe it? I've had this for weeks. It just keeps wanting to hang on. Driving me crazy. All right, so this is called Delicate Dream Sweet. I love the colors in this sweet. So let's see, we don't need the measurements anymore. Let's put this over here and my scrap paper over there. So this comes with a Specialty Designer Series paper, and this one's called Delicate Designs Specialty Designer Series paper. Now, when they call them Specialty Designer Series papers, they're usually a vellum or a foil. This one happens to be a foil, but look at that. Isn't that pretty? And then we have this. Wouldn't that be great on some masculine cards? And then we have, and it comes with 2 sheets of each of this foil, and it's a copper foil paper. Look at this one. Isn't that pretty? And I love copper. Copper's like one of my favorite foils. I always love it when they do copper. And then this is the Designer Series paper. I do too, Sandy. I love the colors. And here is, I want to say it's called Hydrangea Hue. Oh, that's going to bug me now because I had them written down somewhere and I don't know what I did with them. But look at that blue. Isn't that pretty? It's different than our blues that we have. And then there's another one, something pine. There's a green. And then there's a, is it crisp cantaloupe is coming back, I think. Which nobody seems to know if it's the same as the cantaloupe we had before. I'm going to be a little bit bummed because I did just get rid of some of that paper. So, and then they brought it back. So this Designer Series paper is also, this one is called, and this has the copper in it as well. This one's called Delicate Dreams. DSP. And this is a Specialty Designer Series paper as well because it has the copper foil in it. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really pretty. And then we have this great linen on the backside that looks so, I love that. And then we have this one. This is the foil. And then we have like a watercolor wash on the other side. Then we have this fun one. And again, I think that would make some great masculine cards. And then look at this on the other side. This is stunning. And then we have this paper, which is, I think, beautiful as well. And then we have this for a foil on the back side. There's that Secret Sea. And the Secret Sea looks so pretty with this, I want to say Hydrangea Hue, but this one kind of looks like feathers, sort of. And then we have this great one here. And then look at this. Isn't this stunning too? This paper is so pretty. I love the colors. I love the copper highlights. And then we have just a green wash on that side. Very, very pretty. And then we have a stamp set, Delicate Whispers. And then we have matching dies. And look at how many dies. Hydrangea Hue. It is Hydrangea Hue. Crisp Cantaloupe. And then there's something pine too is one. And then there's a yellow. Look at the dies. Look how many dies. Isn't that great? And the stamp set. Oh, sorry. My goodness. Past my bedtime. And then we got some embellishments, I thought, too. Didn't we have embellishments, too? Maybe not. Maybe just the, look at this ribbon. This is called Variegated Trim. But it's so pretty. And it's the same on both sides. So it's great for the way Julie ties bows. And then I really want to say there was like some kind of dots that went with this. Let me look through my pile. Oh, maybe I just used the ones. Oh, huh, there they are. They are called Natural Matte Dots. White, Secret Sea, Mossy Meadow, and then Crumb Cake. And so we'll put those out here with that and the things. And then here's my card I made. So I used the copper foil as my 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. I've layered it all on a little piece of the 4 by 5 1/4 is Secret Sea. I used one of the pattern DSPs, and then I used a piece of white cardstock. I've stamped my hello friend, and I did a little stamping up there. I suggest if you're going to stamp on it to do it before you do the tearing, okay? And then I mounted it all together. And again, we did the long strip on the inside. And then on this one, I decorated the envelope with a piece of that real pretty DSP. So pretty. I mean, how pretty would it be to get this envelope in the mail? It's all about the decorating of the envelopes, right? I love doing that. So, Hydrangea Hue. That's going to be probably my new favorite color. A, because it says hydrangea in its name, and B, because it's just a stunning blue color. All right, so there's my first one. Here's my second one for you guys. Oops, I'm all cattywampus here. And then here's the third one. So some people call it the fault line technique. I don't know. I just think it's a fun tearing technique, and I just think it's kind of neat. It adds a little bit of different layer to your cards. It's something a little bit different. And I like the way they all came out, so I was pretty excited. So because we have new catalog coming out right around the corner, you're going to want to check the Last Chance products list. Remember, everything that's on there is while supplies last. Wow, I am really losing my voice. I apologize. Sorry. You're really going to want to check that out. It's always a good place to check out, and it's also a good place to check out for deals. So if you're doing your order and you need, like, say, to get to another threshold and you need a $4 or $5 item, it's always fun to go look there and see what they've got on the Last Chance products list. Oh my gosh, I'm falling apart. I'm yawning and froggy voice and everything here. So, all right, something else that's going to happen again is, if you guys remember the album retreat that they did last year, that's coming up again this year. It'll be in April. The kit is on sale now. I know it seems like the kit is a little bit steep because it's like $250, but you get so much product in there. I think there's like 2 stamp sets, and then you get to participate in create all those beautiful layouts. And I learned so many new techniques during the retreat last year. So if for nothing else, if you're looking for some inspiration for some new layouts, you're going to want, you're going to want to do that retreat. New Paper Pumpkin dropped, and so it is called Lakeside Retreat, and it is going to be matching a stamp set, or actually a suite that is going to be available. So I can't wait till that comes available, because I cannot wait to get that Adirondack chair. I just think that's pretty cool. I'm assuming it's going to be in the catalog. And I want to say that green that you're seeing in the background is the pine that I'm talking about, that I keep seeing little tidbits of. And then, of course, we always have that add-on, and here's the add-on. And look at the cute little sign that goes with the add-on. Anyway, so I think that's all. There isn't really too much going on, not a lot of specials and all that fun stuff. But if you have somebody that you follow who's out in California, check out their Facebook pages, because they're going to be sharing all the fun stuff that's going on. And I'm a little jealous that I'm not there, but what are you going to do? So I just couldn't swing a plane ticket and all that fun stuff with a wedding on the way. So decisions. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for stopping by tonight. I apologize for not being here Monday. But what did I do Monday? I had something going on Monday. There was a reason I did not come on Monday. I don't remember what it was, but something came up anyway. And yeah, So I apologize when I don't go live. And last Thursday night, my internet dropped me and I could not get back on. So that was a little disappointing. But stuff happens. Life happens. You just got to go with the flow. So I hope you like this technique. I've given you the measurements, but if for some reason you didn't get the measurements, you can always go back, watch the replay and hit the stop and just write the measurements down or do a screenshot when I have the measurements out there so that you could repeat this. Hopefully I've inspired you to want to give this this fun layout a little try. So thanks, Deb. Thanks, Sandy. Hydrangea hue. Love that. I'm wondering if the Crisp Cantaloupe is if it's the same as the one we had. If so, it was a beautiful color and it was kind of a favorite of mine. So I'm kind of excited that it's coming back. But also keep in mind that the colors that we're losing will be in while supplies last. So we have, let me just grab mine here. So if these are colors that you want to keep in your collection, you're going to want to go ahead and grab the refills. But Petunia Pop, Peach Pie, Shy Shamrock, Pretty in Pink, and Summer Splash are all leaving. And the other exciting thing is that the new in colors will be in the new stamp pads. So anyway, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I've just been fighting this cold, Sandy. It's been awful. I had like an upper respiratory infection, and I just can't seem to kick the froggy throat. I don't know. I just can't seem to kick it. It's kind of annoying. But anyway, all right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this layout. As always, thank you for watching, and hopefully we'll stamp together soon. Have a great rest of your night, and see you again soon.